Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and I am the artist behind Artfully Ostomer Co. Currently, I'm creating heavy texture gel medium paintings using pastry bags and piping tips. On my channel, you can find things like tutorials and process videos, and I'm currently working on some vlogs. I have a few art markets coming up in April, and there are quite a few that are back to back. Well, there's two that are back to back. So I have three so far. I don't think I can do every weekend in April. That will be a lot. So I'm using this time right now to get as much as I can done. If you don't know, I'm an elementary art teacher and I am on spring break. It is Tuesday, March 12th. So I'm hoping to get as much as I can done because I know once school gets back in session, I will not have any time. I'm hoping to show you a little bit of my process on how I get ready for market, so market prep, and some footage on the day of the market. So I have quite a bit to do. I need to get to it. So let's go. These clips that you're about to see will be spanning over the entire spring break. I'm not quite sure exactly what day these were all taken on, so I apologize. Here I'm adding some paint into a heavy texture gel medium and then adding white. I have already painted this bubble wrap and now I'm going to apply this onto the surface and let that dry. You'll get to see later what that will turn into. Here I'm creating flowers for a larger piece. I like to prep things in different batches because it does take time for these things to dry, and so I have lots of projects going on at once. This way I'm not sitting around and waiting. If you're curious on the number tip that I'm using, in the previous flower I was using an 81. Here for the petals I'm using a curved petal piping tip, which is a 61, and for this rose here I'm using either a 103 or 102. These three that I mentioned are very versatile and you can create lots of different flowers with them. If you are someone that's interested in getting started in this style of art making, you could start off with these three piping tips or even just a rose petal piping tip, which come in different sizes, but I believe the 104 is the standard. This way you don't feel like you have to invest in too much right away. If you're curious on what I use the bubble wrap for, well, here she is. These are my favorite to recreate. I've actually done quite a few of these in the last 2 years. These are my honeycomb inspired paintings, and later on I'll add a little bee onto the flower. Super cute and perfect for summertime. I've been getting into piping succulents and cacti lately and I am so hooked. They are so darn cute. I'm here using a 101 to create this succulent, and once it dries I'll assemble this on a wooden panel and create a cacti succulent bouquet. Here you can see that I'm trying to multitask, filming for both long form and short form content. If you didn't know, I'm on Instagram and you can find me at artfully.ostomore.co, and I'll also have that linked below if you're interested. There you'll find a lot of process videos as well as my overall artistic journey in creating these heavy textured floral bouquet paintings. Hello, good morning, or whatever time of the day it is for you. I'm just here to give you an update and to apologize because the last time I gave you an update was not really an update, it was the intro to the video. So quite some time has passed. Not a lot has been going on. I did that intro during our spring break and it was great. I got a lot of things accomplished during that time. I wasn't able to record a lot, but some things were completed, some paintings and a few household things. When we got back from spring break, I had my teacher observation, and teacher observations are when your administration comes in and they sit in on your class and watch you teach your lesson and they give you feedback, and I think that went well. And now we are a week until the art market. So I have this festival in Garland and it's on April 6th, and I'm really excited about it. I've never attended before, but I'm really looking forward to it. My mom is coming into town to spend time with us and attend some of the activities I have going on. School-related wise, we have our district art show coming up this week as well. So I have quite a bit of things going on. The district art show is great. I get to select artwork, and we get just to honor and celebrate our students. And I really enjoy that time because it's all the schools in the district, and we're a really large district. So there's secondary and primary, and it's just a fun celebration of art. I am currently in my kitchen, so a little bit of a different setup. The lighting might not be great, so sorry about that. I'm about to make some coffee here and then get started on my day. I'm hoping to edit the other vlog, the first vlog. Hopefully that will be up soon on my first spring market of the year, and a few more things. So hopefully I'll be able to capture some of those things, and let's get started. Some of the flowers that you saw me create at the beginning of this video have finally dried. I can start taking them off this Duralar sheet and start assembling them onto the canvas. When I attend these art festivals and craft fairs, I like to offer up a variety of different items. What I have noticed is that not everyone is looking to purchase one big ticket item from one vendor, but rather purchase small items from a lot of different vendors. Yay, yay, it's finally here, Art Market Day. We're at Garland's Big Art Day, and Mom's in town. So excited that you guys get to meet her and spend the day with us. Most of the time when you attend these events, you really don't know where your space is going to be. I thought that we were located in a great spot, we had plenty of room, and it wasn't too crowded, which was nice. Since we were in an indoor space, I had to make a few adjustments, but not too many. In my first ever market vlog, which is up by the way, if you haven't checked it out, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. I go more in depth with the displays that I use. But basically, these are displays that I have either thrifted or repurposed, and they're just really great because I think that it adds variety, it keeps my booth engaging, or at least I think it does, and it's a little more cost effective. I'm still learning and navigating my way through artist markets and vendor events, but if you have any questions, please feel free to add them in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer them. Good morning. It is currently around 11 o'clock. It's Saturday, April 6th, and we are at our Garland Big Art Day. I hopefully have shown you clips already of us setting up in the little venue. It's the first time being here. It was around a 40-ish minute drive, so not too bad. It was really easy to find. The place is great. Everyone is really friendly. The booth space I have is an 8x8, so a little smaller than I'm used to having, but I think it works well. I'm curious to step outside of the vendor space and check out the rest of the event. So hopefully I'll have time to do that. To kind of catch you up to speed on some things that have happened this week, we had our district elementary or fine arts night, and that was really great to see families and students. So everyone in the district, kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, we get to, as teachers, select their artwork. So each grade level I picked 5 to 7 pieces, so that's not a lot, 5 to 7 pieces from my school, and it was fun to celebrate their successes. So I really enjoyed that. I got to bring my mom to that, so she got to see my students and their families and get to check out the artwork from around the district. Let's see, not sure if I mentioned that today is from 2 to 9, so it's a long day, but I'm excited to just be here and be with these other vendors and just share my love of art making. So hopefully I'll give you guys some clips as we move about the day. Not sure exactly what I'll be able to capture, but thank you for coming along for the ride. I apologize that I haven't been very great about updates. I have been struggling a bit trying to get everything under wraps. It's been ever since April, even before, it's just like I'm hitting the ground running and trying to get as much done. There's a lot going on this month with school responsibilities and then my own personal responsibilities. So thank you for coming along, and I appreciate it, and hopefully I can keep you up to date with all the things. Bye. I'm in my booth, behind my booth, doing a quick little check-in. Right now it is, I had to check the time. Right now it is 1:20-ish, and I've had 2 sales. So 2 sweet little vendor ladies came and purchased. She purchased 2 magnets and a 3x3 and a 5x5, and they were all very the succulents and cacti themed. And then I had another sweet lady, a friend of hers, that purchased a 3x3. So the market doesn't start until 2, and I have 2 purchases. Yay!
Already! Yay!
Already! Yay!
You can do yourself too. Yes, wow. See, you made me get for you.
Hi. The floral.
Really good set.
The floral kits, I believe, are, they're the Create Your Own are 35 or 2 for 60.
Yeah, you can create your own. You can pick whatever you want, and then over there you have different things, right? Then you have a different.
Yeah, most of the kits are the same colors and the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Is she loves to have, she loves to do art stuff. I think it's good for her. That this way she don't concentrate on texting. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You're so pretty. Thank you. Look good in pink. Your cheek is so pink.
Yes. Is this going to be with cash or card? Okay. All right. Okay, so we have 1 kit. All right, put that in there. Mom, do you mind grabbing a card and a sticker, please? Thank you. All right. Okay, that's 35. All right, and then I think you can tap or swipe. Perfect. There it is. All right. It's stickers. All right, and it just went ahead and sent a receipt to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a cool idea.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope she really enjoys that.
She will. She
Thank
loves to
you.
paint.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Hello. How are you all today?
We've seen a lot of these people before, but we've never seen you guys.
Oh, yeah. This is my first time here.
Oh, really?
I decided to give it a shot.
What's the
heard.
art process like?
Oh goodness. So I use a heavy texture paint, like a thick medium, and then I mix in my own colors and I put them in pastry bags and piping tips, and then I not bake them. I pipe them like bakers do.
Oh, okay.
Instead of using frosting, I use paint.
Oh, okay. What's the process? Like, how long does it take for this to be like fully complete?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. It depends. Some of the flowers are, if I'm just trying out a flower, it'll take me quite a few tries to kind of get it right. But once I get it down, the process of drying takes about a few days, like maybe 3 days to fully dry. Usually the outside dries the quickest, and then the inside takes the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, then obviously the canvas is prepped, and then the assembly after
like
that.
That's like a regular canvas as well. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's wooden ones and then there's.
Yes.
Okay.
They're just the cloth canvases and then the wooden ones.
I like the sunflower one because my mom's favorite flower is a sunflower.
Oh, is it? Yeah, those are some of my favorite too. Daisies and sunflowers, I really, really love.
Those are daisies and sunflowers?
Yeah, I mean, I like them all, but I've just been recently drawn to those two.
Something Valley.
Oh, Lily of the Valley?
Yes.
Yes.
I was testing my boyfriend knowledge. Lily of the Valley.
Yeah.
But I'll have that sunflower one.
Oh,
wait, we said we were gonna wait.
Oh.
It's only one left.
There's only one left?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a 4x4?
Yes, it's a 4x4.
It's beautiful. You got a good taste. Are you for your sister or your girlfriend?
My mother.
Oh, you even better. You a good son.
This is my mom, so yeah, she's gonna be. I'm sorry. Is this something that you want to go with, or you want to wait, or?
No, it's the last one, so we'll take it.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
mother's flower is my favorite sunflower.
It's sunflowers. Oh, wonderful. Did you want to do that with cash or card?
Card.
Okay. All right.
Apple Pay?
I do. I just recently learned that this works with Apple Pay. All right, so 4x4 is 45 even, and then you can just tap that. Perfect.
Mother
All
Day
right.
coming.
Is
Wait
it?
for Mother Day.
When is
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Wait for
May.
Mother Day.
May.
Next week and next month.
And that's sent
that's perfect.
right to your sent right to your Gmail.
Okay, thank
All right.
you.
Thank
She
you
love
so
you
much.
today.
Have a good day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you again.
Mom, I need to take you more often. Mom's making all the sales for me today. So far it is 5 till 3, and we've had some floral kits and some 3x3s, some magnets, and some purchasing for their mother, and so that's really sweet. We're having a really great time. Mom, you're doing awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. I'm a dapper dad.
Hi, just checking in for a little bit of an update. It is currently 10 till 6, and we are ending at 9. So we got a little bit of a ways to go, but we're holding strong and things are going great. We're having a great time. Mom's doing awesome, helping and being my little social media manager. And hopefully I'll keep you guys updated later and tell you what's going on. Hello, just popping on to give you a bit of an update. It's around 6:40 right now, and all the succulents and cacti have sold. I had some magnets and 3x3s, a 4x4, and a 5x5, and they all sold. So it's really incredible. Garland, thank you so much for your support. Love you guys. Bye. Hello, flower family. Here we are, jumping right into the setup at the craft fair in my local community. You'll see this a little bit later, but you'll notice that this space is much smaller than the one we had at Garland the week before. Because of this, we decided to utilize just one table and a grid wall. I wasn't sure about our location, but it turned out to be just fine. We had plenty of space both to the left and the right, so it worked out perfectly.
And once in a while, Prince Charming don't smile. In fact, he won't show
Hello, good morning. It is April 13th. It is a Saturday. I am at a church craft fair. This is the second time I've attended this fair. I was here last year, but my booth was outside, so we're trying inside booth this time. It's about 9:30 and the craft fair goes till 3, so not too late. I haven't been able to give you many updates during my week, and I apologize. It's been a little busy and it's been hard to keep you up to date on something. So hopefully I'll get to do that a little bit later. It's a great venue. There are lots of vendors here. There's some outdoor booths and some inside booths, so we'll see how we do today. I'll try to keep you updated. Hello, just doing a quick little check-in. It's about 20 after 10, and I've had about 2 customers, one for a keychain and one sweet friend. Her name is Kim, and she came in with her granddaughter, and she purchased some minis. So she got 2 minis, and Kim is a friend, and she's always really supportive, and I really appreciate just the time that she took to come and say hello and then purchase something, which she didn't have to do. So, yay! Hi there! How are you today? Good. I have some magnets and brooches down here, which are pins, and some keychains. Well, what I was saying is just Kim is a sweet friend that I met through vendor events, and she's been extremely supportive and just so kind and generous. So just want to thank you for my friends that support me. Hello, it is about 7 after 11, and you all, my heart is so full. I had some friends stop by, a sweet friend Sandra that I met again through some different vendor places. So she stopped by again to say hello with her sweet daughter, and she purchased some paintings of mine. It was so incredibly kind. And I had another friend of mine, Chris Ann, and her husband Dan, who we've been friends with for several years, and they stopped by to support me and buy a piece. And guys, I am so incredibly blessed and so thankful for the support that I have received today. It was not expected, did not know that some of them were going to show up, and
It makes your day.
it made my day. So thank you all. Hello, Flower family. Before I start giving you guys a bit of an update on the last 2 markets that you just saw, I just wanted to apologize for my lack of information and just how all over the place this vlog has been. When I went into wanting to create vlogs, I did that because I wanted to give out some great information. I love watching market vlogs and seeing how the day progresses, from the prepping to the art market to the results, and I wanted to provide all of that for you. However, life happens, and what you see is kind of where I am at this moment. I joke with my colleagues at school that we tell each other when things kind of just don't go our way, or we're just having a bad day, or things aren't clicking. We say, it is what it is. And so I feel like that is the theme of this vlog, and probably the one before that, and the one that I'm getting ready to do. So if you have stuck around this long, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying my best, and this is just where I am right now. So I'm going to give you guys a bit of an update on the Garland market, which happens to be my best one-day market to date. So I only have been doing art markets for about a year now, and I have never done this Garland market. I was blown away by the organization of everything, the people that I met there, the other vendors. It was just a really great experience. I'm glad that my mom was there to be with me, and I really had a great time. Not just because I did so well, but just the experience altogether. So I have a little bit of a note here, so that's why I'm kind of looking down. And again, I apologize. I'm not great with deducting the cost of materials, the time that I spent to create these things. I really have only taken out whatever Square takes out for their fees. So they send me an email and this is what goes to my bank account. So that's just the number that I'm giving you here. So from Square, we made $976.90. Out of cash, I made $218. So that totaled to $1,194.90. And that is incredible. I wasn't really expecting that. So that was a really nice surprise. My booth fee was only $40. Now I didn't deduct that, so it comes down to $1,150 some dollars. But I didn't count the fact of travel, so this was close to an hour. So there's travel expenses there, whatever mileage and gas is, which I did not deduct. But I really had a great time. Out of the items that sold, I sold 2 zipper pouches, and zipper pouches are just pouches that I have hand printed. I cut linoleum blocks and make a design, and I print that onto the zipper pouch. So 2 of those sold, 13 magnets sold, 1 bookmark, 2 keychains, 4 brooches, and brooches are just like little pins, 8 3x3s, 3 4x4s, 1 4x8, 4 5x5s, 2 6x6s, 1 6x12, and 6 floral kits. And I tell my mom that, or I tell everyone that I did so well at this market because I know for a fact it was my mom. She's just a great salesperson. She did Mary Kay Cosmetics for several years, and she's just personable, and she was just wonderful selling. Oh, you have a child. Oh, when you want to get started with this kid, it's a great way to get started. So she was probably the reason why I did so well at this market. So if you see this, Mom, thank you so much. I had a really great time there, and I'm hoping to go back to that event. Now going into the past market that I just completed, or craft fair, because the one in Garland, they call it an art market, and the one at the church is a craft fair. And I've done that one before, which I believe I'd mentioned in a few clips. And again, I have to apologize. I didn't do an intro to that. I kind of just went in to setting up for that event. I didn't show you any prepping for that event, and I really didn't have much prepping for that craft fair because those events, both the Garland and the church craft fair, were back to back. And it was a little stressful. If I'm being fair, I felt a little stressed out. Now, granted, all of this is a privilege. I am very fortunate that I get to attend these events and I get to prepare for these events, and then I'm even able to do these events. But it was a bit of a challenge, and I think I knew that going into it, but I didn't realize how much of a challenge it was going to feel. So leading up to the church event at school, we had our campus fine arts night, and that's where we get to celebrate music and art making, and we invite parents and families to come and listen to the 4th grade recorder concert, and then afterwards in the cafeteria and in the art room we set up different activities like printmaking, oil pastels and painting, all kinds of really fun things. And so it's really great to see families come together, the neighborhood come together, making art, enjoying that night, and that happens to be probably my most favorite time of the school year. So I really had fun celebrating that. So it took some time to get that set up, and mostly I didn't have any time really after school to do any type of prepping. Now I did do a little bit on Sunday before that week, but I didn't record anything because it's just, to be honest, it's just hard. I don't know how other vloggers and crafters and art makers, they do it. It's a lot to set up and then recording, and sometimes it's just, I gotta get into the art making, because if I dilly-dally with all the electronics and all the things, then I'm not going to be very productive. And so I apologize that I didn't get any of that footage. But the craft fair went really well. I didn't expect it to go well. And I think it went so well, and I probably mentioned this in a few clips, is that I had some friends show up. I had some craft fair crafters and some other vendor friends that showed up, and I had some longtime friends that I met through the community just come out and support me, and I was just really blown away with just how supportive they are and just that community, and it really meant a lot to me. And it was just an overall like speechless event, if I could say that. It's hard for me to come up with words sometimes or talk it through. So if my thoughts and my words are a little jumbled, that's why. But I was just really taken aback just about just how supportive everyone is. And so here are the results of the church event. From Square, we received $475.58, and in cash it was $49, and that totaled to $524.58. Now, as I said before, I did this event last year, and I was outside, and I wanted to try being indoors this time just to see if that would be any different. I was way in the back. There was a lot of vendors. I had an art vendor that did this beautiful resin pieces over to my left. I had a wreath that she built these beautiful wreaths over to my right, and a whole bunch of other different vendors, bake sales and other fun things. And I wasn't sure how I was going to do. Last year's event, I was outside. The booth fee was $55, and I made about $150 that day. So I made maybe $100. This booth fee being inside was $70. So again, I didn't deduct that from my $524.58, but I did significantly well, and that was due to just those friends and family, or friends coming to support me. Out of the items sold, I had 2 keychains, 2 magnets, 1 brooch, 1 bookmark, 2 of the floral DIY kits, 1 3x3, 2 4x4s, 1 4x8, 1 5x5, 1 5x7, and then the one that really surprised me is the 12x12. So that was the largest piece. There was a sweet lady that came by, and I might be able to show you a few clips. My mom recorded a few things. It will be in a vertical, not horizontal landscape, but it was really sweet. She came by and she looked at the piece, and then it really caught her eye and she really liked it, and I think she left for a little bit, and then she came back and then decided that she wanted it. She just really spoke to her. It's very abstract. It's a rainbow piece, so I use a piping tip, and then I put all the colors in the bag at once, and then I pipe consecutively down the canvas. And I've held on to that for 2 years, I believe. I've started this journey. This is my 2nd year on this journey of creating art this way, or in this style. And I wanted to say it's maybe my first piece ever, or one of the first pieces ever created. And so that was really cool to see it sell. And now that it's hanging somewhere in her room, I think she said that she's going to put it in the room where she puts all of her kids' art. And so that was really sweet. It really is special for someone to buy something that you have created with your hands, and they decide to either gift it or put it in their house. It's a really surreal feeling. I can't really describe it, or I'm trying to describe it the best I can, but it's just really, really cool feeling to have someone purchase something that you have created, or they find value in what you create, because you work hard on it and you put everything you have into this piece, and it's personal, and then you share it with the world, and you don't know what their reaction is going to be. And sometimes you get a great reaction, like the ones I've experienced, and sometimes you don't, and that's okay. That's what I love about art. It's just very subjective, and it speaks to some and it doesn't speak to others. And that's what I tell my students, is what you like may be different from what your neighbor likes, and that's okay. That's the great thing. And that's why there's so many talented and such a variety of different artists out there. So those were my 2 events, and I just decided to combine them into one video. I had an incredible time. Unfortunately, Mom had to leave, and so the house feels very empty. My husband is also out of town right now. You're in my kitchen, and the house is a wreck, and not in a wreck in a way that it's just messy. It's just, I have so many things. I have on my table over to my right, I'm looking at my kitchen table. I've ran out of space in my studio because I need to be more organized, to be fair. And I had to take all the flowers that I've piped, and they're all on the kitchen table. So I'm letting them dry over there. I'm just trying to furiously, or whichever word, get done painting. We have another market coming up. Thankfully, I have this weekend off, but I have my next market coming up at the end of this month, which we are in the month of April. I sometimes forget what the date is, what the time is, what the month is, but at the end of April, April 27th. So I'm hoping to catch more footage there. I'm hoping to be better with giving you guys updates. It might go right into the setup. Who knows? I'm trying better, but if you stuck around this long, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to me. If you like, please like. If you subscribe, please subscribe. I'm trying my best to give more informative content. I'm hoping that when school ends, which we are a month away, almost a month away, or close to a month away of the school year ending, I can't believe how fast it's gone. I'm hoping that I'll have more time this summer to get my life together. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.